And now in this final video of our painting, we're going to focus on adding in the details to the face and the hair and just bringing the entire character together. Right now, with a big brush, I'm going to start just laying down a loose outline of her ear. You can choose whether to keep your shape dynamics on and draw this out with sharper lines, but for now I just want to focus on using big shapes because the ear isn't going to be the focal point. We're going to mostly keep all the detail and sharpness in her eyes, nose, and lips. And now let's start adding in a little more lightness to the ear. It's a very big blocky shape at the moment. We want to just add in some loose outlines to indicate where a few things are, not too much detail. A lighter color, let's add in some brush strokes to indicate where the inner ear cartilage will be. We're not going to do too much detail, but again, if you want to, you're welcome to. And I'm just going to lighten up this area here as well. I think the ear is a very thick blue line right by her ear, so I'm going to get rid of that as well. And just add in some dark shapes, not too much detail. We don't want to take the focus away from her face. And now with a big brush, let's take a deep, dark, bluish black color and just start adding in some color to her hair. It's a very beige, flat gray right now. So just by bringing in this darkness, we're instantly going to bring our painting into more of a realistic realm. Now with an angled brush, I just want to outline around her ear, and I'm going to just add in some loose strokes, just indicating where the hair kind of starts around her neck area. Let's add a small dark shadow right here by her forehead. And I want to add some strands of hair loosely around her hair. This is just going to indicate that there's a little detail around there. I'm not going to add too much again because we don't want to make it too detailed. And again with the gray brush, let's fill up this entire area. And with a lighter gray color, I'm just gonna add in some big brush strokes. Nothing too detailed. It's just a light highlight on the hair. Now I want to fill up the blue around her neck. Just to add a slight difference in color. We're keeping the value the same, but we're changing the hue. I want to start adding in the final touches. Pressing Z again on my keyboard, I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to add a nice highlight right above her lips. This instantly makes her face pop. I'm also going to start adding the light highlight around the nose here, and I want to add it on her bottom lip as well. I'm just going to use some very short strokes going across her lips. Now I think her cheekbone looks a little small. Again, with a big brush, I'm going to just really swoop in and define it a little more. We're going to make it a little softer, and the blending is going to be a little more fluid. I think right now it's too muddy. The same highlight brush, let's add in a little speck on her cheek and on the eyes as well. Again, I think with a nice big brush, I'm going to go in there and add more definition to the neck area. Now I want to add a few more strokes to define around her face. You can press R on your keyboard and then kind of hold down the space bar as you rotate around. And now again with the big brush, I'm just going to loosely add in a light indication of where her torso will be. Not too much detail. We're just going to keep this very loose and painterly. The whole point of this tutorial was to kind of show you how to give a very fluid, painterly look to your work. You can also try this method if you're speed painting. For example, if you're watching a movie and you find a screen grab of a character that you really like, this would probably be the way to approach it. You know, I would try to spend no more than an hour working on a tutorial like this. The point isn't necessarily to have an overly rendered painting. The point of this would be to focus on just the important aspects of what we want to bring in to our face and to our character. Where do we want to put detail, where do we want to take out detail, etc. And now again, I'm going to add a nice reddish overlay just to really bring out her cheeks. And that's it, you guys. Here you have it. This is how you would digitally paint a face on Adobe Photoshop. I hope you enjoyed this video. To view more of them, please visit Freepik to check out more tutorials.